Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us. This is Documint's Live Build Lab, and we meet here weekly to cover topics that will help you integrate your database document and also generate beautiful and professional documents. The topic usually takes around 10 to 15 minutes of the session, and after the presentation, we'll have an open space where you can bring your questions so we can assist you. Feel free to bring any questions. We'll be happy to help you. So let's start. The theme of the week is working with images in Documint, and we'll learn here today how to set up images in different ways to make your template look nice, and we'll also have some design tips for your images. So let's start. I'll now go to Documint, and let's create a new template. Start from scratch. And right now, I will show you how to add an image if you're working on with a custom data source. It's pretty simple. You will have an image field. It can be anything you need. So let's have here image URL, and this will be a string field. You can save that. And to add an image, you just need to drag an image element to your template, select dynamic image option, and select the image URL field. So this is basically it. If you need to preview your template, you can go to the template previewer, just paste the image URL here, and the image will show up for you. And if you're working with Airtable, let's do the Airtable connection. So it's pretty simple. Just go here and connect, pick your Airtable connection. I will here work with a testing base and continue. So you see that you'll be able to select the fields you'll be using in your template. Right now, I'll be using the image field. So I'll select it and finish my setup. Okay, so let's do this. It's a with the custom data source, you'll drag the image field, select the dynamic image option, and select the image field name .url. Right here, the field name is image, so it can be any other name. You just need to select the image field name .url option. So let's take a quick preview. This is a base I have. It only has this image right here. Let me share with you quickly the base I'm working on. So right here, for this first field, I have one image, but for the other fields, I have multiple images. And we'll also work on how to display multiple images and how to format them. So this is the way to display the first image. So even if I select, just a second, let's go back to Documint. So even if I have another field which has multiple images, we saw the item 2, 3, and 4, they have more than one image. This will only make display the first image of the attachments you have there. And if you want to display multiple images, this would be the way to go. So let's first delete this here. Let's drag in a row. So if you want the images to repeat vertically, you will set up a loop over on the row level. So we'll loop over the image field and save. Now let's drag in the image element, same steps, dynamic image option. And now you see that image field name isn't showing up anymore. It's just because it's already looped over the image field. So in this option, we will select only URL. And let's take a quick preview. So since the first item has only one image, let's test it out with item 2. It should display 2 images. There you have it. And item 3, we should have 3 images. 1, 2, 3. So you see that the images, they have different sizes. You can use the image properties to make it display a bit differently, so we can fit your template or the way you're envisioning it. So in this case, I'll try to set up a maximum height. So let's try 200 pixels. And all the images should have the maximum of 200 pixels height. And the width will be auto. So this will be automatically displayed. And also, you can make the images display horizontally. So for now, let me remove the loop from the row level. Let me open the content pane so you can see how I'm working. So basically, the image is inside a column, and the column is inside the row. The row holds everything together. And the column, it groups items vertically, so horizontally side. So I will set up a loop here to make the image display side by side. Let's check the image variable, it's correct, and let's take a quick preview. So you see that the images will be displayed side by side, so you can make that happen. And you can also display images in a different way. So if you have a content and you need the image, let's say, cut or as a background. So let's just add some more columns here so we can see how it would look. You can also add an image to the background of an element. You can add it to the body so it would appear in the entire template. So let's add this one here. And let's take a look. So this will be displayed at the bottom of the background of the template. Let me just center it. You can fill it. You can display in many different ways. So let's take a look. And the image will be in the background. You can use this for watermarks, for many different use cases. And let's move to the next option. So you saw that it's possible to have an image display side by side, but if you have a large number of images, so let's try here a field that I have a large number of images. So let's see how it would look. Image, let's use here the URL. So in item 4, I have 9 images, I believe. So they would be a bit stretched or very small. So if you need to display a grid of images, it's possible. We just need a bit of manual work, but it will look nice, I promise you. So to display a grid of images, pretty simple. First, let's add a text element, and this text element will type in a variable to make the images display in a grid. So we'll tell Documint to display them in a set of images. So in this one, we'll try 3. And this will hold the variable, and let's add 3 columns that will hold the images. So the image variable, it always has to be above the image grid. So let's start. We'll start with 2 curly braces, var, and we'll name this variable. So in here, I'll name it image grid. And now we'll enter with our function. So this function is the chunk function. And this will basically group the items we have in this list. And let's add the function right here. This will be the chunk. And right after the chunk, we will call the field that is holding our images. In this case, is image. And now we'll have the number of the items we want to display in each group. In this case, will be 3. So we'll be grouping the images in 3. And for each row, we'll have 3 images displayed. So we'll close it here, the parenthesis, and also close the variable with the curly braces. And now, since we have created the image variable, we will loop the row over the variable we just created. So since we manually created that, we need to manually input this variable, which is image grid. Let's save it. And now let's add in the images for each column that we will display. So let's drag in the image element. We'll set dynamic image, and then we'll click in this X right here and type in this. So this is start with, well, exactly this, because what it's saying to Documint is that look into this current item of the list, and the item will be the first one. So to represent the first one, we'll use 0. So this .0.url, since we are calling the URL of the image, and this is set. So let's do the same process for the next image, dynamic image. So look at this item, but it will be now the second item. So we have .1.url, and same to the third image. So click in the X, this .2.url, and let's take a quick preview. So since I have 9 pictures here, it should display 3 rows. So this is how it looks. You can have a different number of images. You can have sets of 2 images. We can delete this column right here. And then it will have 2 images. So you can do the best for your template. I know the image, they have different sizes, but you can still work with the size and make it look a bit better. You can center the image. Let's do the same here. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, please let us know. This session is being recorded and it will be posted in YouTube soon, so you can refer back to it whenever you need. And please feel free to bring your questions related to your templates, or it can be integrations, design-wise. And if you don't have any questions right now, but if you want to reach out to us after, our email is support@documint.me, or you can also reach out to us via chat. Thank you very much.